Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about these new Chaos Dungeons. Just my first impression is holy cow, are they hard, man. Like, they are absolutely nuts. Uh, you know, the, the, the multitude of things that you have to consider when building a team is pretty cool. I mean, it's nice that you're switching some things up. I have noticed that most of the heroes from my dungeons um, aren't super relevant, in my opinion. At least what I've seen so far. Um, I can only beat this Earth boss because of RNG. I have some pretty strong booked heroes that I'm able to use, and I've only beaten stage 1 and 2. And it's all because of RNG. So I'm not going to show you teams or anything like that because, one, I only have one team that has beaten 2 stages, which isn't really relevant to anybody. And, the content's only been out for for so long. So, it's just going to take some time for people to solve this. It does seem pretty overtuned right now. I'm not going to lie. It does seem pretty crazy, like way too hard, especially for like stage 1. You would think that you would be able to throw some strong level 70 heroes in there, maybe with a book or two, and you could pass it, on auto or something. But that is not the case. So, there's 12 stages. I have zero idea what the heck this is going to be like. And then on top of that, if you beat stage 12 of all of these and you unlock the bosses that rotate their element or whatever, it's like, good lord. Like, I don't know. We've been talking in content creator chat a little bit, and Boo Lin, the community manager, said that one of the devs has claimed, I haven't seen proof of this, but has claimed to have beaten up to stage 5 of one of these bosses. I'm trying to figure out who it is. With only one booked hero. So, I'm calling shenanigans. But if he has or she has, I mean, props to them, because it's nuts. Now, if it's like this Earth boss and they're just using like a booked Levi or something, and the win rate is 5%, then that doesn't matter either. Anyway, so I will say one thing, though. One thing that I have learned from these bosses is it is extremely, extremely important to go before the boss. You need to have your team speed tuned to go before the boss. Because what ends up happening is whenever they take their normal turn here in the turn order, they'll put up that counterattack buff. It's unremovable, and it just does so much damage. And I'll show you here. So he does his basic here, and he puts up this counterattack buff, right? So look at this. Counterattack buff up with attack down on, right? We got the attack down up from Brand, so it's 30% attack down. And I mean, my Rosalie isn't, she's got 6,000 HP. She's not super tanky or anything like that. But just look at how much this counterattack does with attack down up. 15,000. This is stage 1, This is stage 1. Thankfully, Bachelard can't be, doesn't take any damage from counterattack. I actually think he's going to be really, really good here. But, yeah, and then Matson will go 17,000. Like, all of the bosses have that. So you need to be faster than them. That's the only thing that I've learned so far, okay? Be faster than the boss so you don't have to deal with the counterattack mechanic. And you're going to be in better shape. I won't say you're in good shape. You're in better shape. Because if you see here, it says When attacking, gains counterattack. Damage against non-fire enemies is increased by 100%. So when I first was playing this, I was like, man, everyone's getting one shot and they're fire enemies. So if I bring in a wood hero, like, I'm still going to get wrecked. But if you're before them, that counterattack only, like, it goes away at the beginning of the next round. So he'll only have it up whenever he uses one of his attacks, and then it goes away at the end of the round, and then it comes back up whenever he goes again. So that's why it's important to be in front of them. So that's all I have for the bosses, right? That's the only thing I've learned. They all have their own mechanics, right? This guy converts defense into attacks, so it's important that, you know, you put the defense down. This person cares, this boss cares about, you know, the amount of buffs you have on your team. And then this boss, you need to kill quickly. And this is where I was calling shenanigans on the dev, like saying he has one booked hero. It's definitely not Fire Boss, because I've been bringing in teams like this. So both these heroes are booked, and they do really good damage. Opal's booked, and she does okay damage. But I just want to show you here. This is, again, Stage 1, right? Stage 1. And so, like, Hori here, right? Decent damage. He's booked hero. And that took down 1%. And here's Bocce. 3%, right? Good damage. Booked Opal. Decent damage. But it's not going to matter because I'm going to die so quickly. I am interested to see, you know, people that have like Poros or something like that, if they're able to do it. But this is the closest that I've gotten. This guy is putting up this crit buff, you know. So I know that what's his face, Grayson, one of those Matrix heroes, will remove this whenever he puts this up, and that's what I was saying. Like having to deal with bosses just from specific heroes, like using specific heroes, I really dislike that. And you know, maybe somebody like you know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe somebody like Florence would be good to come in and take those out. So let's try that, actually. I'm troubleshooting stuff while I'm making a video. This is high-quality content, people. High-quality content. And it's also, sadly, these guys won't proc multiple times with Florence, but let's give that a go. And yeah, let's just see. I want to see if we're able to survive, because Bocce and Hori are doing pretty good damage, you know, with their counterattacks. I mean, bonus attacks and stuff like that. So, interested to see if Florence helps there. Increased damage. We might see history in the making here, folks. That's okay. Oh, jeez. Well, it's already looking like I might need to keep Jonathan in there. Okay. Does that remove it? Oh, it does. Well, that's good. That also means that Grayson's going to be pretty good. Oh, baby. 20%. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. And then she dies? No. I might need a jump spell or something. This team might be able to do it. I actually, well, we're getting closer there. Anyway, it's going to take some troubleshooting. These dungeons have been out a couple hours. You know, we can't expect to clear brand new content in hours. I understand that. So I think people need to be patient. Let's troubleshoot some things. You know, figuring this stuff out is supposed to be fun, and it's going to be fun. Let's just say, first glance, it does seem like it's a bit overtuned. But other than that, I think the things that it brings are interesting. So, looking at the artifacts, these artifacts, couple things. One, I'm really glad, really glad that these were not locked behind ascensions. That would have been absolutely terrible. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine the community rage. But they didn't, so that's good. This first slot, I believe, is unlocked by having some of the basic arcane dungeons unlocked, like Hell 2. One or two dungeons need to be unlocked that way, or maybe it's Hell 4, I don't know. But having those dungeons unlocked is what unlocks this, which I think is fine, you know, because you're not going to even be grinding for these until you have all of those dungeons, you know, completed, and you have your auto teams anyway. And then this is unlocked whenever your heroes are at level 60, so they lock them behind levels, which is good, and then this one is level 70, so that's all good. On top of that, these artifacts are actually, like, really cool. So this is a common crest artifact, and it already gives you 7% crit damage, which for a common piece is kind of significant. And then it says damage dealt scales with the target's current health, up to 1.5%. And again, this is on a common lowest level kind of artifact, and even this secondary stat is kind of significant. So I'm really excited about these artifacts. I think it's going to add a whole bunch of different things, you know, to character builds and stuff like that. So that is super cool. I just hope that they make the artifacts a little bit more accessible to get, you know? But anyway, I was looking through here because I thought the artifacts were just going to be, you know, substats of something. Like this was going to be a main stat, and then it would be like attack percentage and speed and things underneath there. But man, they have a bunch of different things. So they have these elemental bonuses where you can deal more damage to different elements. You can also receive less damage. You can have things scale based on your lost health, so either your attack, defense, or speed. Like, these are all really cool for character building. There's ability bonuses, like being able to do additional damage just with a certain ability. Like, if you base your character's build around nuking, you can just have like their ultimate do so much damage, like for your Ryan or something like that, or Baron. It's just really cool stuff. I'm really liking this. Also being able to give your heroes or find artifacts that just make them so much better in PvP or guild battles. I'm assuming this pertains to guild versus guild as well as guild versus environment, so this could be pretty interesting. You also get stat bonuses, you know, where if your defense or your speed or health is high, then you get bonus damage. So, I mean, like putting something like this on a, you know, Nero or something like that, or this health-based damage on someone like, you know, Shark Soul Andre or Brand the Brilliant. It's just, I'm so excited about all of the cool things that you're going to be able to build your character with. And I see lifesteal up here for like Zoltan. It's just really cool. So yeah, this seems like a really positive thing for the game. these artifacts. It's just, going back to what I said, I hope the community and everybody can find out ways to beat this, or the devs might have to just reduce it just by a little. I don't want it to be easy. The last thing I want is for it to be easy. But being able to beat stage 1 and 2, whenever you're kind of endgame, I would think it would be more manageable than what it is now. But overall thoughts, I think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool mechanic and implementation of this system with the artifacts, the variants that it can add, to hero customization and all those things. Extremely positive, right? All good. Right now, I think the community just needs to take a breather, understand that it's just come out, and there's going to be things that, we need to solve. And if the consensus ends up being, way too hard, way too overtuned, it's been a month, the farthest I can get is like stage 3 on all dungeons, then maybe the devs need to relook at it, or they're introducing something else that's going to help you progress as well that we just don't know about. But that's my thoughts on this, guys. I want to know how you're feeling about it. I'm sure some of you are frustrated. I'm sure some of you are excited. At least I'm hoping, like I am. But yeah, let me know. So that's all I got for you today. Hope you have a good one. See ya.